welcome you. Get ready, because we're about to delve into a story that took some seriously unexpected turns. The evolving connection between Hermione Granger and Draco Malfoy.
Yeah, forget what you think you know. We're looking at source material here, a narrative that really lets us track the subtle shifts.
Exactly. It follows the relationship right there in their neighboring cafes.
And having it as a narrative, it gives us those specific moments. We actually see how things change step by step, not just being told about it.
Right. So picture Diagon Alley. Everyone's gearing up for the winter festival. You've got Hermione's place, caffeinated chronicles, super warm, books everywhere. Just feels cozy, right?
Totally inviting. And then right across the way, Draco's Blackthorn brews, which is the opposite.
Completely. Sleek, cool, almost stark.
Austere, maybe?
Yeah.
And you can guess the vibe between them initially is, let's just say, frosty.
Oh, definitely. That contrast in their places says so much even before they talk. Hermione's all about, well, Draco might call it gaudy cheer.
And he's all about that sterile austerity. It's more than just decoration styles, isn't it? It hints at how they see the world.
Oh, their first few run-ins are pure gold. Draco, with that drawl, basically accusing her of an assault on the senses with her decorations.
And she snaps right back, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Something about his place being dull enough to cure insomnia.
Yes, you feel the friction immediately. But maybe, I don't know, something else sparks there too.
Yeah.
Even in the insults.
Well, there's a sharpness there, isn't there?
A wit.
They're both smart, quick. It's not just mindless arguing, even if they never admit that.
Then bam, the twist. Identical letters arrive. Ministry.
Oh, yeah. Mandating a joint operation for the festival.
Can you imagine the horror? On both sides.
Absolutely. But that forced collaboration, it's classic, right? It forces people to actually deal with each other, maybe challenge their own ideas.
So their first planning meeting, in Blackthorn Brews no less, must have been peak awkward.
The clash of styles just hanging in the air. Hermione's thinking, festive, warm.
And Draco's thinking. Draco things. Minimalist. Probably gray.
We see it in their first ideas, right?
Yeah.
She wants comfort, maybe nostalgia. He wants refined, less, fluffy, instant friction.
Totally. And he makes that crack about her running a glorified bookshop.
And she hits back about his place having no semblance of joy. It's brutal.
But even then, you see tiny, tiny cracks of cooperation starting. Reluctant, sure.
Yeah, okay, fine. Draco handles the menu. Hermione does the decorations. They find a way to divide it up.
And they even agree on some combined names for the menu items, which is kind of amazing at that point.
It shows they're pragmatic underneath it all. They know what needs doing, even if they hate the idea of doing it together.
And there's that tiny detail. Their fingers brushing when they reach for pastries. Just a flicker.
Exactly. It's small, but it shifts things, doesn't it? That physical awareness, even if it's accidental, it's not just annoyance anymore.
So they push through what the narrative calls this endless string of compromise. Long hours, I bet.
Definitely stressful. But then something unexpected happens.
Hermione's cider, the Hearth and Honey cider. It's a huge hit.
A runaway success, which forces Draco to acknowledge something.
Reluctantly, he admits it's drinkable, which from him is like a rave review.
Exactly. But it's a real crack in his view of her, isn't it? He has to see she's actually good at something related to, this cafe business.
And that's when you really feel the dynamics start to shift. The biting comments, they get a little lighter, almost playful jabs.
The tension changes. It's still there, but it's different somehow.
Yeah, like that afternoon, he actually sort of compliments her on managing the cafe and, get this, managing him remarkably well.
And the drinkable cider comment, again, it's huge. For Draco to offer any praise, even backhanded.
It means he's seeing her as, well, competent, not just Granger, the annoyance.
Right. And her reaction is key, too. She teases him back.
And he actually shows a flicker of humor. And she notices this warmth inside responding to his weird compliment. That's a big internal shift for her.
It shows that even his awkward attempts at praise land, somehow. Her own walls are coming down a little bit.
Later, they're cleaning up, it's quiet, and she says something like, "How did we even survive today?"
And he admits it wasn't the total nightmare he expected.
Almost vulnerable, sharing that, okay, we got through it feeling.
That shared task, the quiet moment, it builds something. A bit of a camaraderie. His admission is small, but it matters.
Then he offers, kind of awkwardly, to talk more menu ideas.
Ending with that classic Draco line, right? Calling it Probably a nightmare, but one he can live with.
Progress in his own special way.
He can't quite embrace it fully, but he's not running away either. He's tolerating it, and maybe more.
So next, they're actually decorating together. More chaos, more banter.
Mistletoe versus ambiance. Hermione's enthusiasm versus his restraint.
It's playful now, though, isn't it? They can tease without that real edge from before. They're getting comfortable.
Definitely. And even he has to admit, things are actually starting to come together.
A genuine Draco-style compliment amidst the snark. You see these little moments of connection happening more often.
He's seeing the results. It's not just tolerating. It's, hey, this thing we're doing, it's actually working.
And there's that moment they figure out the drinks menu and they actually laugh together. Quietly.
Followed by his question, almost hesitant. Did we make something good?
And she just says, I think we have. That shared pride, it's lovely.
Yeah, it moves beyond just working side by side. It's mutual appreciation for what they've created.
Then that comfortable silence the narrative mentions, the unspoken understanding, it says so much.
And his see you tomorrow, Granger. It sounds different now, doesn't it? Warmer.
It really does. So the night before the festival, big energy in the cafe. Hermione's thinking about how much things have softened.
And Draco shows up with supplies, and he's almost playful. Still Draco, but lighter.
More teasing about his spiked cider and how irresistible he is.
The banter's easy now. It shows how far they've come from those first frosty encounters.
And they share this look. Hermione realizes this connection is fragile, maybe, but it feels real.
Which leads to her asking that brave question.
The hesitant one. Is this all just going to be a weird blip once the festival's over?
She needs to know, right? Has this meant anything?
And his answer, surprisingly direct for him, he admits he doesn't hate her anymore and that it's more than just surviving a season.
And then the big one. This, whatever this is, it matters more than I care to admit.
Wow. For Draco Malfoy, that's practically a declaration.
It's huge. He's acknowledging a real emotional investment. Even if he struggles to name it, he can't deny it anymore.
Hermione's breathless, and he adds, this right now is good, more than good. It feels like a turning point.
Absolutely. Even when a customer interrupts, that feeling hangs in the air. They go back to work, but things have shifted.
Yeah, they fall back into that rhythm. Draco noticing the cider's low, showing that shared responsibility.
And Hermione teasing him about adding extra cinnamon.
His softer denial, these little moments keep building the intimacy, you know?
They really do. It's the everyday stuff that reveals the depth of the connection.
Okay, mistletoe time. The festival's buzzing. Draco's actually interacting with people, almost joking. Hermione's watching him, feeling warm.
And in thought, he points it out. The mistletoe. Right above Draco. Mid-laugh.
Everything stops. The whole shop goes quiet. Everyone's watching.
And Draco, classic Draco, delivers that line, "Oh, Granger, I do believe you owe me something now."
That mix of arrogance and something else, anticipation.
Totally. And Hermione's internal panic, the crowd egging her on.
And she does it. Quick kiss on the cheek. Flustered.
It's tentative, right? A step, but maybe not the huge leap feelings might warrant. Still, it's a kiss.
And his quiet response afterwards, that wasn't so bad, was it?
And her shaky agreement, it definitely leaves them both thinking. Thrown off balance, maybe.
Yeah, in a good way. So the morning after, quieter. Hermione's replaying the kiss, thinking about cinnamon and coffee.
And Draco shows up, a bit hesitant, and apologizes for the mistletoe thing.
Showing some consideration there. But Hermione tries to brush it off like, oh, it's just fun, tradition.
But he cuts through that, doesn't he? Asks her straight. But it didn't feel like just fun, did it?
Right to the heart of it. So perceptive, suddenly.
And of course, boom, interruption. Leaves it hanging. Again.
Typical. But in the days after, there's this awareness. Things feel different between them.
Year is charged.
Yeah.
Until Christmas Eve, when they finally have that quiet conversation. Hermione brings it up again. The kiss.
And Draco admits, vulnerably for a second, that he doesn't know what this is.
But then, quick as a flash, the smirk is back. And he calls it unexpected. Guard up.
Classic deflection. But Hermione pushes just a little, asks if could be something more.
Putting it out there. It's brave.
And after a pause, he says, I don't know, Granger. But then adds, maybe that's what makes it interesting, right? We don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's not a yes, but it's not a no either. It's possibility. And they're in that uncertainty together.
Exactly. Hermione feels that flutter of hope. So after Christmas, things are quieter, understanding. He even calls her Granger less sharply.
And then the gift. Out of nowhere, he seems almost sheepish.
A leather-bound journal. Simple, elegant.
And his explanation, "You're always scribbling," thought it might be useful. So understated.
But so thoughtful. He noticed her habit. It's personal.
And her reaction is genuinely touched. "It's beautiful, thank you, Draco. Really."
He seems a bit thrown by the sincere thank you, reverts to teasing for a second. But the meaning isn't lost on her.
No way. That gift speaks volumes, and even his "Goodnight, Granger" sounds different. Hesitant, maybe.
Yeah. Fast forward to New Year's Eve. Quiet cafe. Hermione finds Draco there alone.
She teases him, asks if he's okay, and his reply, dry humor. Sucker for good company.
And they just sit there in comfortable silence, which says a lot, doesn't it, compared to how they started?
Definitely. She notices he seems more thoughtful, quieter than usual.
They talk about the partnership if it's working,
Yeah.
and you feel like Draco's hinting at something more personal, maybe?
Beneath the surface, yeah. But the moment's interrupted, naturally. Still, that understanding passes between them.
Their quiet, happy New Year at midnight feels solid, real.
And Hermione's left wondering again. Could this actually be something?
January rolls in, kind of quiet. They settle into this new rhythm.
The interactions change subtly, right? Gentler teasing, more shared looks, silences that aren't awkward.
Yeah, she's not doubting his motives as much. He seems less guarded, more relaxed.
Then another gift, a hand-painted cauldron mug. Again, slightly sheepish.
But so her, he's really paying attention. She's genuinely appreciative.
It's sweet, actually, seeing him make these gestures.
In those quiet afternoons, Draco just lingering by the counter, she finally asks him, how did they even get here?
And they actually talk about it, how different it is from what they expected.
And Draco admits, really vulnerably, that he actually likes, well, pretty much everything about the place now.
That's huge. And Hermione thinks, maybe they're not so different after all.
The banter's easy, the connection's just there. His goodnight Granger even sounds warm now. Her heart flutters. It's definitely not rivalry anymore.
No, it's clearly moved way beyond that. February arrives, same vibe. Unspoken tension, but undeniable closeness.
He starts staying later after closing. Their talks drift away from just cafe stuff.
He even shares little things about his family sometimes. Still guarded, but sharing.
One evening, she finds him looking really thoughtful. They talk gently about it. The silence afterwards feels comfortable, like real companionship.
It's evolved so much that she asks if he regrets any of it.
And his answer, not yet. So simple, but wow, means a lot.
Then she blurts out she can't imagine the place without him.
And he murmurs, same. Their hands brush while cleaning. That spark again.
He admits he's not good at feelings. Awkwardly, of course.
They share a look. It's heavy but hopeful. Then he asks, kind of lost, so what do we do with all this?
And she gives him that hopeful smile. I think we'll figure it out.
Such a great moment. Then, late February, they're working easily together, teasing about leftover Christmas stuff. And Harry Potter walks in.
With the Valentine's Day idea. Cupid corner.
Draco's reaction, pure skepticism. Hermione, intrigued.
Harry's all enthusiasm. Hermione's trying to gently manage the potential cheesiness.
But they plan it together, the three of them, and the event itself, warm, festive. Hermione feels genuinely happy.
She tells Draco afterwards, I think we did well. And you notice.
He's calling her Hermione more often now, softer tone.
Yeah. And she catches him looking at her differently. Softer expressions, quiet intensity. It's noticeable.
Early March, they're prepping for a charity thing. Draco stops by after meeting a supplier. Relaxed chat.
He calls her dedication admirable. High praise again.
And there's this comfortable silence as he just watches her with customers. He's really seeing her.
It feels like his respect for her has grown immensely.
The day before the event, it's busy, but they're totally in sync. She notices he seems distant, though, quieter.
He admits he's just thinking about the future, about running the cafe with her.
That's a big admission, thinking long-term, about them.
She asks if he minds being there. He gets kind of philosophical about what holds things together, then shuts down. Forget I said anything.
But she feels it, right, that the space between them feels different, more intimate.
Definitely. The event's a success, and she realizes she really cares about this connection, whatever it is.
Afterwards, it's back to routine, but with that tension still humming underneath and growing comfort.
Yeah, they're settling into something. Then, late March, she catches him watching her again. Unreadable look.
They're discussing drinks. He corrects himself, Hermione, not Granger, with warmth.
It's becoming natural now. He admits the charity event felt fulfilling, actually enjoyed the space they built.
Another comfortable silence. She feels the shift. Then carrying pastries, oops, brushes against him. That jolt of warmth.
Unexpected contact again. His gaze lingers. Tells her quietly, "It's fine. You don't have to apologize."
And the air just crackles. Time stops for a second. Then April comes, warmer weather. The cafe is their constant.
And Hermione has this realization. This isn't just happening anymore. Something deep has unfolded.
One morning, Draco's super quiet. She asks gently what's wrong.
He hesitates, then admits he's been thinking a lot lately about everything.
And then he just opens up, vulnerably, about his feelings, about us, about building something real.
Wow. Putting it out there.
She admits she feels it too, but she's scared, not ready. It's complicated.
That charged silence again. Then she closes the gap between them, whispers she doesn't want to lose this.
And he leans in. Tentative first kiss, really their first kiss chosen.
Big moment. Afterwards, they agree, one day at a time.
And they try. New rhythm, uncertain but exciting. They know they need to talk properly. That conversation.
So they sit down at their usual table by the window.
Draco admits, honestly, awkwardly, he has no clue what to do now with this.
She feels the same, acknowledges how much things have changed. Then he asks, hesitantly,
Yeah.
can they be more than that?
She smiles, supportive. I think we can try.
He admits he's terrible at relationships, vulnerable again.
And she just takes his hand. I just need you to be here. To try. Simple, powerful.
He gives her this genuine smile. Relief, maybe.
Yeah.
And they agree, one day at a time.
Soon the summer festival is looming. Hermione's looking forward to, well, everything, including us.
And Draco squeezes her hand, says softly, I think we've always been ready. They decide to do the festival together as more.
Later, quiet chat in the back office. He teases her about their investment in the partnership.
But gets serious, acknowledges the shift. They agree. No more pretending it's just business, still one step at a time.
He kisses her forehead gently. Sweet moment.
The festival is chaos,
Yeah.
but joyful chaos. Their teamwork, flawless.
At the end, he says kind of shyly, you did well. She corrects him gently. We did well.
She thinks, we make a good team. He quietly agrees. They find a calm moment amidst the buzz.
Later, he admits he never expected any of it, the partnership, or this.
She agrees, honestly, and she's glad. Walking home, they pass under that lingering enchanted mistletoe again.
He makes a playful comment, then kisses her, gently. But it's different now, deeper.
Absolutely. Full of shared history and affection. He whispers, one step at a time.
The days get warmer, they get closer, more personal talks, longer looks.
Then Draco drops a bombshell. Maybe they should open a second location. Seriously suggests it.
She's floored. They talk logistics, risks, potential. You see the trust they've built.
It's a huge step, showing his commitment to a shared future.
She looks right at him, says, honestly, he's become so important that this is real.
He meets her gaze, feels the same. They agree. Whatever comes, they face it side by side.
Early spring, new rhythm again. Exploring the U.S. beyond the cafe, Draco shows these quiet moments of intimacy.
One evening, closing up, Hermione reflects on all the changes.
And Draco says, almost profoundly, now it's about living, isn't it? They share wine, talk about past, fears, deeper stuff.
He admits he's never really let anyone in. She feels the same. That shared vulnerability again. Something big is happening.
Yeah. Weather stays warm. Hermione looks into expansion. Draco's more cautious. Differing views on timing, risk.
She admits her attachment to their first place. He asks if sometimes you need to let go of comfort for something more. Insightful.
It's a whirlwind of decisions. Then one crazy morning, they're working perfectly in sync. She asks, uncertain, are we ready for this?
He looks at her, confident. I think. We'll make it work. We always do, don't we?
She realizes the challenge isn't logistics, it's trust. Fully trusting this. Trusting him. Trusting them.
The night before the next big winter festival, quiet chat in the back office again. He teases her about the chaos to come.
She smiles, admits it has its charm now. He asks softly about this. Us. She answers, yes. Certain.
But he admits he's nervous about after. What happens next?
She takes his hand. We'll figure it out. We always do. That quiet understanding.
The festival's even bigger, crazier. Somehow a success. Draco even wears reindeer antlers.
Ha! That's progress. End of the night. Banter. Cleanup. But the affection is just palpable.
Walking home. Mistletoe again. Of course. Gentle hand squeeze. The kiss this time. Lingering. Deep affection. No hesitation.
He whispers it again. One step at a time. The month after feels real.
Yeah.
Settled, almost. Private moments, quiet contentment, slow evolution.
But you still sense Draco holding back just a tiny bit, that final wall. Then trouble arrives. Gregory Blackwell.
Ugh. Pushing Draco to rejoin the family business, ditch the cafe nonsense. Draco refuses. Firmly.
But Blackwell makes those digs about Hermione, more than just a partner. The insinuation hangs there.
Draco gets protective instantly. Hermione feels uneasy. Blackwell leaves with a veiled threat.
Draco's words for her. She reassures him. They're partners. In this together.
They talk more openly after that. He reaffirms his commitment. But one quiet night, she sees the offer still troubles him.
He confesses, quietly, vulnerably, I just don't want to lose this. Meaning her, them, everything.
Customers interrupt. Later, Blackwell returns. Patronizing, insulting to both of them.
But Hermione stands right beside Draco, united front, firm, clear.
Blackwell leaves, furious this time. Draco looks at Hermione. So much appreciation there. Thanks her.
And she says it, completely certain. We're in this together, Draco, always.
And that's the moment, isn't it? The narrative implies this internal shift for Draco. He realizes he's not just in the partnership. He's in it for her. It's clicked. It's love.
That's the turning point. From deep connection to undeniable love, built through everything they faced.
They fall into closing the cafe together, easy rhythm. Fast forward to the next holiday rush. A year later.
Comfortable co-owners now. Completely in sync. Hermione mentions the first mistletoe kiss nostalgically.
Draco smiles softly, agrees it's become a tradition. Their touches are easy, promises unspoken, but solid.
He gently tucks her hair back.
Yeah.
Asks about after the holidays. She starts planning New Year's.
He looks at her, pure warmth. I'm just happy we're doing this together.
She agrees softly, certainty in her voice. They hold hands as the last customers leave.
They know challenges will come, but that foundation, love, trust, it's solid rock now. They've found home. Together. Ready.
It really is an incredible journey when you trace it like that.
So you've witnessed it, right? This completely unexpected path started with forced teamwork, outright animosity.
And ended up somewhere profound. Hermione and Draco, built from all those small moments, the arguments, the compromises, the cider.
It revealed this shared purpose, this deep romantic connection neither saw coming.
And the big insight, I think, is how it happened. Those small, sometimes uncomfortable moments, they were the building blocks. It wasn't instant connection. It was earned, forged in, well, frost and fire.
Exactly. Challenges that idea that everything has to start perfectly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Shared experience, even difficult shared experience, can be incredibly transformative.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it, what unexpected situations or collaborations even in our own lives might hold that same kind of hidden potential if we look past the surface.
Maybe worth considering what could unfold if we just stuck with it,
Yeah.
looked beyond the initial impression. Something to think about. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.